What medal was he most proud of?
Well, believe it or not, that was the derby, you know, when they won the First Division Championship. He knew that they could go on and do better things, and he had a medal made, one for me and one for his mum.
January 2009.
Derby County have just confirmed Nigel Clough.
Derby County have a new manager, Nigel Clough.
Son of former
36 years after his father controversially quit the club he had transformed into league champions.
Do you think they can ever replace him?
Never. Never.
All right, I'll do him another time for you. Excuse me, lads, thank you. Can we talk to you afterwards? Of course. Nigel,
It's not that anybody pinch me car.
No. I will watch it. How you doing? Nice to see you. Okay.
Thank you.
It's something that I've been hoping for years, that he would come back here.
Did you have any doubts?
Oh, plenty. How do you try this? It would have been easy to let your heart rule your head. So we all discussed it, the family obviously, and tried to sort of look at it without the emotion as much as possible.
It fits?
Hi, John. Jesus Christ, any more? No.
People say, oh, he isn't like him.
Look at Pratt standing here. No, go on.
But he certainly is as far as football's concerned.
And obviously brings back memories for her of arriving in Derby 40 years or something ago.
You've made a lot of Derby County fans very happy.
I hope we can on the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
It is with a certain amount of sadness the Board of Directors have accepted the resignations of the manager and assistant manager.
Clough's fallout with Derby and Chairman Sam Longson became national news.
Can we ask you your reaction then to what Mr. Longson's been saying?
One of nausea.
A protest movement demanding his reinstatement gathered 30,000 signatures.
If they want Brian Clough back, they will get him back.
It was something that shook, I think, not just him, but it shook the whole town of Derby.
Oh, I think it's terrible. You think the club will come to an end, I think.
A letter signed by the team demanded the board change their decision.
We had to show our feelings somehow, and the feelings obviously is that we want Brian Clough and Peter Taylor back at Derby County.
But one brief appearance at the baseball ground was the closest Brian Clough came to a return.
I feel sure that probably Derby County, instead of Nottingham Forest, would have won the European Cup, maybe once, maybe twice.
Can you tell us why you resigned?
Some fans never forgave their club. Until now.
Welcome. Thank you. And supporters here who will talk to you about it as though it was yesterday. And a lot of them are still affiliated with the club because of those days. It's magnificent. I wish I had my boots.
Do you?
And give me right arm to play on there.
That's what we could do with you as well.
What we want here is to get the Cloughs back into Derby.
I don't know if somebody's messing about up there.
Right, yeah. It's just like it's happening all over again sort of thing.
These are the best things that's happened to me in my life.
They'd have probably said something totally unpredictable.
Where do you go from here?
Where do I go from here?
Yeah.
Going for my lunch. You get a home for yours.
Tried to imagine it, and I hope it would be a positive response.
Please give a big Derby County welcome to our new manager, Nigel Clough.
That is the last question. Thank you very much indeed.
That's a good out for you, son. Well, son, if you're happy, son, it is a good out.
There's no doubt at the end of his career he did have a drink problem. No doubt at all. There's no point in his family or me, his friends, trying to hide it. And I wouldn't. He wouldn't expect me to. He was that up front.
There was times when he did drive you up the wall. Work-wise, family-wise, everything else. Far from perfect. You know, we dealt with them as best we could as a family. And these days where people split up at the drop of a hat, you know, they were at the age where you got through things and you stuck together. Would have been nice if they just had another sort of 10 years together, something like that. Would have been nice into retirement, you know.
I intend to go with Brian Clough to the top of the tree.
Sadly, when Peter died, I think Brian never got over that, really.
They were like brothers. They were really.
I think he had regrets about that partnership breaking up, and he probably felt lonely.
Have you talked to Brian at all?
No.
They should have got together again. Ridiculous.
And just stand there.
They probably are together again. should think they are.
Do you treat a player the way he treated you?
Sometimes I hope not.
If you've achieved some distinction in the game, it will still be there. There'll still be memories for many people who've enjoyed what you've done. And the only person that can sully that record, your name, is yourself. And I don't think Brian did.
We all like to be liked. And yet, show me somebody who's liked by everybody, and I'll show you somebody who's wrong.
Show me the perfect being, and I've not seen him in this life.
As time goes on, you do sort of select your memories a little bit, and the good ones come to the front, hopefully.
Not my type of man. Not one I'd, go out for a pint with him. No, I don't think so. But work for him. Phew.
You'd have been bloody standing there when I got down.
I walk across the Sahara Desert to work for him. I would think the players who played for him, not a day goes by when we don't think about him.
I'm not so sure he had as much confidence in himself as he sometimes portrayed, but I think he was a genius.
He intrigues me, and that intrigue, that mystique, has still remained. And that's the reason why, since he's finished management, in the eyes of the English public, he's become even more important.
When you drive up there and you go along Brian Clough Way and you go to clubs and you see his statue there, and that's the way it should be.
It'll never happen again. The way football's going with the finances, no modest club will ever win the European Cup. And certainly not in England. Can you see it?
No. No chance.
People talk about the birth of the children, weddings and stuff like that, and then they talk about, oh, and I was in Munich or I was in Madrid or whatever when they won the European Cup. I think the pleasure that it gave to everybody else, that was the main thing he would take from it.
They look back now and see all the huge sums that are spent and say, well, this is remarkable. He won the European Cup twice running. Yes, I think they look back and realise how successful he was at the time. Yes.
One thing that people do say to me is, you've never changed. I shall see you next week, the week after, and the month after, and the year after, and I shall put a trophy in front of you.
Brian Clough, thank you very much indeed.